Hello, Huskies back again with actually, with my first, NHL 18 content on this channel. I'm going to be starting a GM mode today. Now, I know I talked about doing an LA Kings GM mode, but after uh, getting some more suggestions in my stream yesterday, I've decided I'm going to go with Detroit because my last three GM modes were all Western Conference. Detroit's Eastern Conference. Detroit's in kind of the same spot as LA, minus some assets. But yeah, I'm gonna take on as a Toronto and Chicago fan. It hurts, but we're gonna hop in preseason. Roster should be set, hopefully. Rosters usually suck before the season starts, but I don't want to wait until puck drop on day one to get a series going. So here we go. Detroit Red Wings. I don't care about the 31st AHL team. Vegas should hit everything. Now this is a cool thing that they've introduced with the latest patch, is you can realign divisions. You can just swap. You can't make the Pacific the odd man out. This is more for if you have a 32 team league and you really want to make something weird, which I might do in the future. It's a fun idea, kind of maybe bring the Detroit back to the Central or something. But for now, we're just gonna leave it as is. We're Detroit. What's our overall? We're an 89 overall, so we're technically the lowest overall in the NHL. Oh, actually, Philadelphia is 88 and Arizona is 88. So there's a couple teams below us. Oh, and Colorado is 87. So I think these are different rosters than I was playing on before. But let's see what we're working with team-wise. Career. I'm gonna turn owner mode off because I don't care. Owner mode is just frustrating. Go away, assistant coach. Everything else is good. I need to change my mic settings real quick. I think I went with 1100. I should sync up a little better now. Trade difficulty, I'm gonna leave on medium. I haven't gotten there yet, so don't. If it's yeah, trade difficulty medium. I'm gonna leave it at medium because hard is just stupid. The game's frustrating, or the GM mode can be frustrating enough. I don't need to mess with that. Now, what I have noticed is injuries are exactly the same as last year. They're horribly frequent. So we're going to turn this down to 10. Actually, I'm going to turn it down to 9 based on a Reddit post I saw. Turn it down to 9 and go from there. Because if I go any lower than that, it'll be like injuries will be non-existent, and I want some parity. You can't have guys make a name for themselves if they don't get a shot, and injuries are a big way for guys to get shots. Granted, that's not really how the GM mode in NHL works. I would love for a guy to come in, play like 30 games, and get a great stat boost because he wasn't even expected to be in the lineup. But that's not the case in this game. You pretty much have to play them at their role, whether it be NHL or AHL level. But most of the people that watch this series, you already know that. I'm hoping that my video capture quality sound is pretty low. It should be. I know that when I was streaming, I had it a little too loud. I also have my desktop audio off so you don't hear the music I'm listening to, which is good because I accidentally left that on for the stream and got the video blocked so you didn't even see the stream video that I made. Before we hop in and I go over my team, I do want to say that the GM mode that I'm doing where I'm playing games, it's pretty much stream only. Any games that get uploaded will be taken directly from the stream. Like I said, I tried to upload one yesterday, but I left the music on and it got blocked, so I just deleted it. You'll probably see a game or two of those a week, maybe 3, because I really enjoy playing this game offline. It's really fun. It's actually challenging. It's realistic. It's in a good spot, and I hope they don't change anything. So keep an eye out for that. It's something different. Usually I just sim, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. That's my 32 team NHL. I added a team in the Central Division, so each division has 8 teams. But enough of that. Like I said, just keep an eye out. It's just a little fun little series. Like I said, I stream it. The days I stream are Thursday or technically Wednesday night. Anytime from Wednesday night, my time, which is Central, after like 10 p.m. until Saturday morning at like 10 a.m. Anytime in any of those days that fall in that gap, I'll stream pretty much probably overnight. But yeah, enough of that. Let's have a look see at what we've got on our team. Where should I go to look at that? Oh, and before I get any further, this is probably my favorite thing added this year. View lines is back for the first time since the 360 version. I can go to every single team and look at their lines. This adds so much more depth to my playoff matchups and seeing how teams are doing good, what teams lines look like during the season, why they're struggling, why they're not. This I am so glad this is a thing. I could have done without, seeing all the extra shit and just taking the starting lineups, but I don't care. I love this. Like I know franchise mode, it got a little flack for their expansion draft thing, and that might be something to talk about in a stream video. Well, let's go to contracts. This is the best way to go. Let's look at what we got. Detroit's in a rough spot. Missed the playoffs for the first time in 26 years. Is that what it was? I don't remember. But we've got really good young talent. A couple guys. But then we've got Zetterberg, who's 36, Franz Nielsen, who's 33, Trevor Daley, 33. Like he was an odd free agent signing. He only makes $3 million, which is good for his stat level. Cronwall, 36. But then we come right back. We have Athanasiou, 80, 23 years old. Mantha, 23. Sheahan, 25. Quillette, 24. I mean, we have some young guys I can build this team around, but we've got Johan Franzen, 37. P.A. Parento, David Booth. Like, these guys don't have a place. I mean, Parento had 30 goals, I think, with Toronto a couple seasons ago. No, he had 20 goals. But, I mean, he had 20 goals as pretty much a fourth liner. This team, it's on the. I have to fix some things. I'm expecting to lose Zetterberg and uh, Cronwall to retirement this season. And we do have Mrazek, who's 25. He's 83 overall. Not the best goalie in the world, but by the new stats, the new rating system, he's not awful. I think he's a starter role. Yeah. So that'll be okay. We'll see how he goes. I'm probably going to put Howard on the trade block and see what I can pull for him. One thing I have, if you missed my franchise mode review, they changed some things about franchise mode since I put that out. There was a content update. Like I said, the division alignment was a new thing. The view lines was new. They edited some of the way that the players progress. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the amount of trades in this game, and they are sick. But so we have a decent understanding of what our team is. Ideally we're a playoff team. I think we're a playoff team. But in the division we're in, Boston, Buffalo, Florida, Montreal, Ottawa. So the teams you need to take away from this division that are going to be tough: Boston, Montreal, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and possibly Florida if they're healthy. So, I mean, we have a decent team. We've got good skill throughout the lineup. No, I turned you off for a reason. Go away. It's just a matter of actually having this team perform. Now, this first line of Tatar, Zetterberg, Nyquist is very good. Sniper, two-way forward, playmaker is perfect. Second line, two-way forward, power forward. I don't like that. Franz Nielsen might be somebody I put on the block as well. He makes $5.1 million for 5 years. He's 33. He doesn't have a place on this team. Justin Abdicator is another one of those guys. He makes $4.1 million as an 81 overall. Now I know ratings are different this year, but I have a hard time justifying those stats. Athanasiou on the fourth line is not something I want. I would prefer to have him, even if he's not playing center, just getting off the fourth line. Except I don't know who do I have scratched. Nick Jensen, Luke Glendening, and Luke Witkowski. Okay. Glendening, do you have any face-offs? I did not want to hit the A button. Okay, I can't do anything with the A button. His 87 face-offs? He's a right winger. All right, well then that fixes that problem. We'll just put Athanasiou on the wing because I think Sheahan's got good face-offs, yeah. And we'll actually scratch David Booth because fuck David Booth. If you're a David Booth fan, I'm sorry. I don't have any personal against him. He doesn't have a place on this team. So our fourth line is a pretty big mess. Parento, Glendening, Franzen. That fourth line is probably going to suck, in all honesty. Third line, Abdicator, Sheahan, Athanasiou. Probably going to be fairly decent. Second line, Mantha, Larkin, Nielsen. Larkin's got great potential. He's only 21, but he is low elite. I was hoping that he'd be middle elite. Mantha's low elite too. Nyquist and Tatar have already peaked. And they've got good contracts for their overalls and what the point production should be. Can't believe Zetterberg is a 4-year deal. Defensively, Trevor Daly, Nicholas Cronwall, Mike Green, Danny DeKeyser, Jonathan Erickson. Xavier Ouellet is the big one to take away. Medium top six, 24 years old. So he's already kind of nearing his peak, but we might get an 80 overall out of him. I kind of want to put Trevor Daly on the trade block. We did just sign him, so maybe not. He is a good value. Like I said, he's 82 overall. He's a top 2 D man on our team, and he makes $3 million. Cronwall makes 4.6, which again isn't awful. But when you look at Mike Green and Danny DeKeyser making 5.9 and 4.9, that's not exactly what you want. So let's go ahead and mess with my trade block. Now, I'm not entirely sure what else I want to go over this video. It's been a while since I started a GM mode. But I think if I sim the preseason, all right, oh no, I have Darren Helm. Was he not in the lineup? Is what? Who? All right, so I think this kid, Shvetnikov, I think I'm saying his name right. Was he our most recent draft pick? 2015. No, he was 2 years ago. Who's our Michael Rasmussen? Okay, cool. So he's a couple of seasons away, but he's a medium top 6 forward, and he's a sniper. He might turn into something good. Do we have anybody else? Ronik. I doubt you say the H in his name. Aside from that, man, we have some pretty rough assets here. We don't have a lot of trade bait, and we have a lot of salary locked up in some questionable players. I'm gonna leave Franz Nielsen on the trade block because I don't think he has a place here. I also want to put what's his face, Jimmy Howard on the trade block. And is there anybody else I want to put on the trade block? I kind of want to. I don't want to put Zetterberg on the trade block just yet, because I feel like we're a playoff team. I am however going to throw Mike Green on the trade block. Surplus. Again, big pet peeve of mine is players shouldn't know that they're going on the trade block. I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. And I'm just changing the surplus so that these guys are the ones picked by the AI when we get trade offers. Goalie, any, and then I think Howard is 30, right? And I'll take draft picks. Howard, can I look at your player info? I can. He's 33. I think Mrazek's 24, 25, so we're good. As for our wants, top 4D, starting goalie. One of these I'm going to change to a top or forward. I'm looking for a second line forward under the age of 27. Potentially. Starting goalie, I don't want a goalie that's over the hill, so let's cap this at 30. And then defense. Defense I'll leave up. I don't really mind defense. I really just want to cut some cap. And these guys right here, 5.2 for a backup? Absolutely not. No. No, absolutely not. Pending free agents. I forgot this was a screen. So what do we have free agent-wise? So there's no way that these players make free agency. But this is what we're expecting. John Tavares, Jack Eichel, David Pastrnak, John Carlson, Zdeno Chara, don't care. Kyle Turris, Joe Thornton, Jacob Trouba, James Van Riemsdyk, Noah Haffinen, Michael Backlund, Michael Stone. Like, there's a lot of good names here. Now, again, like I said, most of these guys won't make free agency. There's no way Tavares makes free agency. But we can actually look out a couple years ahead now as well. And there's some big names that are up next year. Carlson, Doughty, Sagan, Kucherov, Pavelski, OEL, Wheeler, Matthews is coming off his entry-level deal in 2 years. Him and Liney, there's no way they're going to be free agents, obviously. This game does have mid-season extensions, so I would expect a lot of these guys to be signed before the season even ends to a long-term deal. But, I mean, what I do want to see is what we have expecting goaltender-wise. Craig Anderson, Robin Lehner, Peter Mrazek, Philip Grubauer, Connor Hellebuck. Philip Grubauer wouldn't be a bad grab as like a backup. But in 2 years, we got Rene Bobrovsky and Talbot and Fleury. We have 4 starters coming out. And then we have Holtby, Murray, Crawford, Vasilevsky. I mean, there's going to be some goalie options in free agency, possibly. I'm not holding my breath because free agency's been pretty shit so far. I'm not entirely sure. What do I have captain-wise? I would assume Cronwall, Zetterberg, and Abdelkader, yeah. pretty much right as expected. Let's go ahead and sim to the start of the season and see if we get any trade offers before the season starts. It's not out of this world that it'll happen. We play Minnesota game 1. I'm not going to do any simming in this video. Like I said, I want to kind of... I'm not sure how I want to go with this team right away. Like, do I sell the house before the season even starts? Like, do I trade Nielsen, Howard, and Green and just try to tank? Or do I actually try to make the playoffs? I kind of feel like we're a playoff team, but at the same time, I want to rebuild around Tatar, Nyquist, and these guys. I'm surprised we didn't get any trade offers. I think the one thing I am going to do this video, because I want to have something to kind of go out on, is I'm going to trade Howard. He's a decent backup, but like I said, he's $5.2 million. Edmonton wants him. They have cap space. San Jose wants him. And Washington wants him. Washington doesn't exactly have cap space to work with, so let's see what Edmonton has on the trade block, see if they have anything worthwhile. They want to trade this Skinner kid. Stuart Skinner turns into a pretty good goalie. At least last year he did. I have not done any GM mode past the first season this year, so I am fully in the dark as to... They've also got Yamamoto on the block, so I could really go young if I wanted to and try to grab Skinner from them. And they've also got top... So they're looking to be a playoff contender, and they want a backup goalie, because I don't think they really have one. No, they don't. So they want a backup, so they'd be willing to take Howard. So what was the other team? San Jose, I think, is in the same boat. They're a champion. So what are they looking to trade? Okay, nothing good. Nothing good. Probably first round picks, yep. All skaters. Is that Jeremy? Jeremy Wah. Timo Meyer. Yeah, see, San Jose really doesn't interest me. I have more of an interest in that trying to get one of these young kids away from Edmonton. Now, their trade value is significantly higher, but I do want this Skinner kid. Now, Edmonton would have more than 50 players, so I'd have to take somebody else. You have anybody shit? This dude, will he count? I'd have more than 45 skaters. So... Yeah, they want a lot of players. I forgot that I have Darren Helm. He's buried in the AHL. What does he make? He only makes $1 million for 4 years. That's not bad. PA Parentos, 79 overall. See, he's not... If I'm going to trade guys, I want to trade guys that have a decent paycheck. Like Jonathan Ericsson wouldn't be awful, 4.1. If I could offload Ericsson and Howard somehow, but I don't think I can. I would have to take another goalie back. Edmonton would be over the league's maximum salary cap for next year. How about what if I eat $1 million on Jimmy Howard's contract? Is that actually makes it work? But this trade won't go through. Edmonton can start a deal based on what you want from us, but your offer is filling a need we have, but the value isn't there. So I'd have to give up something. I'd have to give up a draft pick ideally. But I don't. Would a third put this over the edge? Because I have a lot of draft picks. Oh man, is Stuart Skinner worth a third and a fourth? Now I don't feel like that's enough. It's not. You know what? If I take Skinner away, let's see if I can get Yamamoto instead. Because they want to trade him. I would have more than 45 skaters in the org, so I'd have to give them somebody back. But if I give them back, what's his face? They'd be over the cap. Johan Franzen, 3.8. Does that put them? That puts them over 50 players in the org. Give me that random kid. Puts me over 40, so I'd have to get a goalie back. I mean, they're trading me a goalie, so ideally this would go through, but it's just not. The value isn't there. And this is where trading is going to get tough this season, is because I don't have much value to throw around. See, like, I think I'd have to throw in a fourth here, and I'm not even sure this Yamamoto kid would end up being worth it. Granted, he's 19, medium top six forward. That's not bad. What is he, a playmaker? He is, and I do need a playmaker, so I'd almost be willing to. Wait, I still have $1 million on what's his face. Let's get rid of that and see if they're yeah, if they are still okay. So we're still good. Let me throw in that fourth round pick and see if this goes through. Oh my goodness, it's not enough. This Yamamoto kid is just too much. All right, well, I'm actually gonna call it a video there. We hit 20 minutes. I said I was gonna trade Howard this video, but it looks like the Edmonton's assets that I want are just too out of my price range. So I'm gonna come back to trading next video. I don't know if I'm gonna be simming any next video. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know if what you think I should do with this. Should I continue with what I started and just tear it down and rebuild? Kind of do what I did with Edmonton, where I took basically Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and I went from there. They were my team, and I built around them. Do I sell off all my big contracts and just hope to build through draft and free agency, or do I try to make the playoffs this season? I'm leaning towards rebuild, or at least offloading some money so that I can maybe have a shot to do a quick rebuild in the free agency. But as always, let me know in the comments. Um, Again, if you enjoyed the video, you're hyped for NHL 18 finally being here GM mode wise, whether you're playing it, whether you're not playing it, whether you're just excited to see some GM mode, remember to hit the like button. That's how the series gets spread. And as always, thank you for watching, and you should see another video tomorrow, ideally.